Hi guys, welcome to episode 14 of the Jude cast. Thank you for all your support so far. Special thank you for all of you who sent me a message to say get well following my last video when I said I wasn't feeling 100%. We were looking in that video about all that's been going on with Cyberpunk. I'll put a link there so you guys can see it if you haven't. I'm okay, I've just got a sinus infection, so nothing to worry about. I will be fine. It's not the virus, so yeah, but I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Of course, we're going to start this week's podcast with some information about Cyberpunk, because of course that's what's going on at the moment. That's the big news. As we said in the video, lots of different companies are offering refunds, including Sony and Microsoft. Sony, of course, taking Cyberpunk down off the PlayStation Store, and Xbox actually putting a message up saying that there was a problem with it and they're having serious issues. But some players don't seem to understand the way a refund works. Basically, there was a tweet put out by Tom Warren of The Verge where he was shaming a player who had basically complained the fact that they had asked for a refund of Cyberpunk 2077 off their Xbox, and Microsoft had turned around and said, well, we'll refund you the money and we're removing it off your console. And the guy got annoyed. He's like, but I still want to play it later on when it's working. Dude, that's not how it works, okay? You want a refund, you get a refund. You don't get to keep the game. If you want to keep the game and wait till it's working, you keep the game and wait till it's working. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting till it's working. I give it a few months and then I'll try it again. You don't get it both ways, dude. That's like so stupid. No, dude. That's just, no, it's ridiculous. Like, okay, fine, try it, but don't be surprised if that's not how it works. Like, literally not how it works. I mean, have you never had to refund something before? Have you never had a problem with a product? Like, you take it in, they either give you a new one or they give you the money back. You don't get to keep the product. Seriously. But anyway, the guy who put the original tweet out soon deleted it, or I'm not sure if his whole account was gone, but anyway, the tweet was gone. But fortunately, Tom had managed to take a screenshot of it and shared it with the world. He did edit out the guy's last name, so you couldn't tell who it was, but oh, it was cringe. It was seriously cringe. Speaking of refunds, GameStop and other companies are actually agreeing to refund the game physically, even if you opened it. Now, lots of stores actually have a policy that if a game has already been opened, they will not refund it because, they'll lose money if they try and resell it. Whereas because of what's been going on with Cyberpunk 2077, GameStop have actually agreed to make an exception and refund it whether it's open or not. However, this is within a 30-day window, so you have to go with your receipt, proof of purchase to say when you bought it, and if it's within 30 days, they will refund it, even if the box is open. Other retailers, it was only up until December 21st, and as it's the 23rd as the time of filming, if you haven't got it in, then it's too late. CD Projekt Red said they would accept digital refunds up until the 21st as well. So, there was also Best Buy was accepting even open boxes, open games refund also up until December 21st. So the fact that GameStop is accepting to do refunds for open games for 30 days shows how serious they've taken it. Because this is the thing, let's not forget, it was GameStop actually refused to do refunds on The Last of Us 2 because they were getting that many people who were bringing it back and weren't happy with it. So the fact that they have done a whole 360 and are actually willing to accept even open games of Cyberpunk for 30 days and refund them, when they wouldn't do that for Last of Us 2. Admittedly, the context is different. With Last of Us 2, it was just people were really disgusted by the game. They weren't happy with it. It wasn't what they were expecting. So that's more a question of taste than anything. This is actually a question the game just doesn't work. So it's a whole different kettle. You can't compare. It's like apples and oranges. disliking a game is not the same as the game just is a janky mess, you know. So but good on GameStop for accepting that, and good on them for being willing to do that, because they will obviously make a loss with those if they, even if once the game is working they try and resell them, they won't be able to sell them as brand new copies because obviously they'll be open, and it would be kind of scummy of them if they tried to reseal them. But yeah, they'll make some of the money back for them, so I think, you know, fair enough. But the thing is, there's a new bug that's been discovered. There have been 2 hot fixes for Cyberpunk 2077, which have made it much more playable on all formats and removed certain bugs, but there's a new one that's come out, which happens on your saves. Basically, if your save file is over 8 meg, it can get corrupted. And there will be a little message on your screen when you try and load it to say that it's been corrupted and it cannot load. Now, CD Projekt Red have recommended that you use older save files and you keep a low amount of items and crafting materials in your inventory so it takes up less space in your save, and that's their solution. And GOG support documents say that this may be fixed in future updates. Maybe fixed? Dude, you guys have to fix this. This is ridiculous. Like, 8 meg is nothing for a save file. 8 meg is really, really nothing. So, I mean, I don't think that's even the size. Like, I think most JPEGs are bigger than 8 meg these days. Like, that's insane. So, yeah, like, I kind of wondered, like, am I reading that right? Should that be 80 or 800? But no, 8 meg. That's nothing. Like, so to say that, like, your save file has to be smaller than that, or it'll get corrupted, and then say it might be fixed, is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's just, it's so stupid. But here's another thing that I found out recently about GOG, because you mentioned them in this. They were putting out a big thing saying everyone should buy Cyberpunk through GOG because they will pay them everything. They will not, you know, the CD Projekt Red will make all the money from sales on their site, unlike if they bought it from Steam or whatever. Yeah, of course they will. They own GOG. Like, no wonder they're going to make everything off it. CD Projekt Red owns GOG, which used to mean good old games. Let's not forget that. It used to be a thing where you could buy retro games. Now they sell everything, including games like Cyberpunk. So is it any wonder that they're going to make all the money, seeing as they own the company? Like, yeah, so they tried to make it sound like, oh yeah, we're supporting the little guy. No, you're not. You're just supporting your own owners. Like, dudes, come on, be honest. Like, oh my gosh, that was just like, when I found that out, I was like, dude, okay, whatever. But anyway, speaking of sales, they have made an insane amount. Like, CD Projekt Red, GOG, whoever, have made an insane amount of money on this. They have sold so many copies. According to their own announced figures, across all platforms, and this is taking into account all refund requests, and both physical and digital, they have sold 13 million copies of Cyberpunk 2077. 13 million. But the thing is, it's not that big when all things considered over all platforms, like, because obviously, you know, most of that is PC, because according to the information, they had 8 million pre-orders on PC, which made it the biggest PC launch game ever. So that the majority of that obviously is PC, and it will be interesting to see just how many refunds they've had, like how many returns they've had for Xbox One and PS4. Because, like, I have friends who are playing it on Xbox Series and who say it looks great when it works properly. Like, one of my friends was like, when it's working properly, it's great, it's amazing, it looks beautiful, it looks stunning, and it's so much fun. But it's not stable enough, even on an Xbox Series. So I don't want to imagine what it's like on an Xbox One. I mean, I've seen the pictures, we've all seen the memes, like, let's be honest. But yeah, it's kind of, you know. There was a tweet from David Ahmad, who's an industry analyst, who pointed out that probably the reason for this information being put out by CD Projekt Red was basically to reassure their investors, because I mean that's a huge sale, majoritarily, like I said, on PC. Obviously they'll have a huge amount of loss on console versions, but yeah, so it's a big amount for the short period of time, and I think that will probably reassure the investors, the fact that they've sold that many copies even after doing all the refunds so far, because obviously this is the thing, this was up to the 20th of December, and the cutoff date for refunds from CD Projekt Red was 21st. So yeah, that's probably why, you know, the cut-off date was then, because then they could say, well, this is how much we sold this date, now we're cutting off, now we're not refunding anymore. Everything else now is just going to be sales, because they're not going to be refunding it. But it will be interesting to see the long-term effect of this on the company and on the game, because like people still want to play, as we said earlier. Like the first story that we mentioned was somebody saying they wanted to keep the game and get the refund, despite the current issues. So I guess we can assume some people will want to rebuy the game when all the bugs are gone. They will want to, because people still want to play it. Like I still want to play it. I'm waiting, like I said last time, I'm going to wait until the bugs are gone to be able to play it, because I want to play the best version I can get, which is also why I got it on PC rather than console. And I'm very glad I got it on PC rather than console, because yeah, I could have just played it straight away on my PS5, because luckily I have one, because my PS4 is a PS4 original, like PS4 fat, so it wouldn't have handled it. My Xbox is a Series S, so it wouldn't have handled it either. But like, so my PC should be able to, you know, but we'll see what happens in the future when the optimization is sorted and all that. So I think that people will go back and rebuy the game later on. The fact that people still want to play it now shows that it is a good game. It's not what we were expecting, but hey, it's still apparently a good game. And I think that the fact that they have a track record for taking games that were buggy messes and turning them into good things shows that there is a possibility for there to be long-term success for the game. And so I think that it'll be interesting to see what happens in the future. How many sales will they be able to recoup? What will happen in February when the patches are out? Will they continue to be patches after February? But yeah, I think maybe March, April time next year, maybe next summer even, will be when we'll see, because obviously next summer people will have more time, like holidays and things like that. So I think we'll see a lot more sales of the game then, when all the bugs and issues have been ironed out. Also, when we know more about what the PS5 and the Xbox Series can do, it'll be interesting to see the versions that they bring out for those consoles, how they upgrade to those consoles to take advantage of the new tech, because obviously like now we don't know what those consoles are properly capable of, because the first games we can never truly see what a console can do. So I think as developers become more and more knowledgeable about the hardware that's just come out and know more how to use it, I think CD Projekt Red will be bringing updates for the new hardware, for the new consoles, better optimization for the current gen, for the PS4 and the Xbox One. So I think that we'll see also better optimization for PC. So I think in the upcoming months we'll be able to see a much better game, and we'll be able to see more people getting involved in it. And so it will be interesting to see what happens in the future and where they go from here. But I mean, you know, we will see. As I was editing this, I just saw that CD Projekt Red have just released hotfix 1.06, which sorts out the problem with the 8 meg save file size limit, but it does require additional temp free space on your hard drive for the update. So yeah, it's a solution. It's not perfect, but it shows that they are actually working on things as they come along. So that's a good sign for the future of the game. Now, to change subject completely, I know, Fall Guys, I'm going to say it again. But back in August, on August 17th, the Fall Guys Twitter account launched a challenge to brands to raise money for the charity Special Effect, which is an organisation that helps people with physical disabilities find ways to play video games. And it's a great charity, it's a great organisation, they really help lots of different people, and it's awesome. And basically they set out a challenge to try and raise the most amount of money within a certain length of time. People had to make bids via the Twitter, say, okay, we bid this, and the prize would be to get a skin in Fall Guys looking like the winning, in the brand image. Now there's a group of people won. It was Ninja, G2 Esports, AIM Lab and Jimmy McBeast Donaldson. They came together to pledge $1 million, and now Ninja is the first skin to be available in Fall Guys. It's absolutely adorable. They showed it on the Fall Guys Twitter account and it's super cute. Check it out, it's cute. I mean, I'm not a fan of a Ninja, but this is good. Of course there will be skins for the other people, the other organizations, so but we haven't had any information as to when they will be added to the game. So as the months go on, we'll probably see the other characters added, and they're probably, you know, they're going to be cute, and so you can now play as Ninja instead of just watching him play. Also, we've had the recent Nintendo Direct, where they've taken on a tour of Super Nintendo World. Shigeru Miyamoto showed the viewers around Super Nintendo World, the theme park area at Universal Studios in Osaka. We saw lots of Mario imagery and lots of different things from all the different Mario games. And also he introduced us to the Power Up bracelet, which is a wristband that allows you to interact with different things within the game. Like, for example, you can punch the question mark block and it makes the sound. You can also do lots of other things like walking through the castle and things like that. There was also, he showed the rides, the cafes, all these kind of things. Also, the wristband links to your smartphone, so you can keep track of all the different things you've done within the park, your activity and things like that, so it sounds lots of fun. There are plans for similar zones to be built in the Universal Studios in Hollywood, Orlando and Singapore. So obviously I'm sure there's a huge demand across the world to go to the Super Nintendo World. I would love to go to Super Nintendo World. I don't care which of the theme parks it is. I have friends in California, so like if they build one in Hollywood, that's even more reason to go and see them, because I think that'll be probably cheaper than going to Osaka, because at least I have some money I can crash their house and save on a hotel. You know who you are, I'm coming, dude. But yeah, it would be so cool to go and see that, and like, yeah, I really look forward to checking those out and seeing what they do. Of course I want to go to Japan, so I would really love to go to the one in Osaka as well, but it would kind of be cool to do both, like to go to one in Japan and also to one in another country, see how they compare, see how they've done things differently. And yeah, it looks awesome. It looks so much fun. So if you get to go, super jealous. I'm gonna be super jealous. The final bit of news that we have is Spotify is now available on the Epic Store. Interesting. Now, last week we mentioned the fact that Epic Store will be giving away games, 15 games, one per day from the 15th to the 31st or 30th, sorry, of December. Like yesterday's one was kind of cool, it was an FPS, but then the day before was Alien Isolation, which is quite a big game, and that was for free, so of course I got that. I've been getting each one of them, and yeah, I haven't had a chance to try them yet because obviously not feeling too good, so I haven't been really fancying playing many video games. Like, my balance is all off and everything, so if I can't walk straight because my sinuses are messed up, I'm not going to be trying to play an FPS. Just, it ain't gonna happen. But what's interesting is by the fact that they're offering the download of Spotify, it shows that they're wanting to be more than just a games shop. They want to be an actual, like, all-inclusive software store, and that kind of puts them at a rivalry with not just Valve's Steam or the Xbox thing, but it also puts them at a rivalry with the Windows store itself, because obviously Epic Games, you know, they don't like Apple. We've been clear. We've mentioned the case with Apple before, where they took Fortnite off iPhone because Apple were like, no, you can't do what you're trying to do. And the fact that they're offering Spotify now kind of gives some credence to the theories that they were trying to become a separate app store behind Apple's back, because they wanted to sell their games through their storefront, have their storefront on the Apple devices and use that to sell their games instead of having each of the games individually listed on Apple's store. This would have meant that they could have got past Apple's ratings or past Apple's certain criteria and stuff like that, because they wouldn't have had to worry about it. They would have gone through their own store. And the fact that they're offering other things, not just their games, and like they're already publishing games for other companies. Like for example, the fact that they're offering Alien, as I mentioned, that's a Sega game, and yet they're offering it. So yeah, it does give some kind of credence to the fact that they are trying to be a separate store and be a rival, not just to to Steam, but to all kinds of stores like that. So it makes things quite interesting. It's like, where are they trying to go? Like, how far will they take this? You know, how far are they going to go with this? Are they trying to actually just become the one-stop shop for all of your stuff? Like, instead of going, because this, like, I tend to use, I've got an Epic Games store thing, I've got a GOG, I've got Steam, like, and it is a bit annoying. Like, we have to go to each of them. That's kind of why I tend to use GOG's thing, because it brings all of them in. So yeah, are they really trying to? Who are they trying to rival here? Are they trying to rival each of them separately, or are they trying to rival just Microsoft and the Windows Store? Interesting. It'll be. I look forward to seeing just where this is going to go to. But yeah, it does kind of take away from their argument that they're the victims of Big Daddy Apple. It really does make it look like Apple had reason to be worried, because the fact that they're offering that you can download Spotify through them rather than directly through Spotify or through like the Windows Store or whatever. Yeah, it does look like they're trying to, you know, cut out the other stores and become the leader of everything. So yeah, I'll be following this one. Not just from like a gaming enthusiast point of view, but also from like a business and management marketing type thing, because I'm very interested in management marketing. I have a degree in marketing. I did a master's in management, so, and I teach those subjects as well as the gaming stuff. So yeah, look for that'll be an interesting case study, I think, to look into. But anyway, that's all I've got time for. Sorry if my voice has been a bit funny. Like I said, I'm getting over this infection thing, which is probably why my brain is a bit foggy and I'm like going a lot more than normal. But yeah, so thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for the nice wishes. I would like to wish all of you a very, very Merry Christmas, or whatever you celebrate. I hope that you have a blessed time, that you are managing to stay safe. As you know, like London is now going into tier 4, so like unfortunately my family aren't going to be able to meet up together for Christmas. So like I was over here anyway, but it kind of sucks because, you know, not being able to get together with your family around this time. If you guys are in that situation where you know you're not able to meet up with your family and friends over this time, I hope that you have somebody you can reach out to, because I know it can't be easy. Feel free to send me a message just to say hi if you need someone to talk to, you need someone whose ear to bend and you're feeling a bit down. You know, I've been there. It does suck when you're on your own at Christmas, so yeah, do feel free to reach out. You can follow me on all the socials, facebook.com/punkydudester, Twitter and Instagram @punkydudester. Also, I forgot to mention this last time, I do have a Discord. The link is in the description, so do feel free to join. We have some crazy people on there who will definitely cheer you up. We love sharing memes and music and just chatting about rubbish. So if you do use Discord, click on the link below, join us on the server, join the madness. We'll be doing some voice chats and stuff if you guys are up for it. It'd be cool to hang out with you guys. Obviously I have it on my phone, so it's always on. But yeah, do feel free to send a message. I do hope that despite everything that's going on, you're able to have a lovely Christmas, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye guys.